Okay, third part. Change the lighting a little bit, see if this can come up better. This center post right here, the big one, is going to house the cannon pinion. That little pin there holds our second hand. This device here, that spring, is a tensioner for the minute wheel. If you move that aside, that minute wheel, there's a hole that goes in, that the shaft goes into for the minute wheel. So that is what I'm going to call a tensioner. And you kind of lean on it, use the shaft to push the spring aside, and then it drops in. Let's see if I can get a close-up showing how the spring is actually sprung a little bit against it. It's not. Can we get tighter? Come on, computer. My computer is having issues. There, you can see that spring is underneath that gear, but it's resting against the shaft. You can see the spring is pulling away. It's not parallel, but it's, you get the idea. I don't know how else to explain it or show it. But that is a tensioner. Absolutely. Next we're going to put our cannon pinion on. Like so. And then the hour wheel. Let's put some lube on that cannon pinion. Just a drop. We call that the hour wheel. Engages that minute wheel. Okay. Everybody see that? Looks good. Okay. Now I can give this a test by holding some pressure on that as if the dial were here. Holding that down, and I can turn everything. Everything's engaged, lined up, working. So that's a good sign. It's always good to test. Test things as you go. A couple of washers go on there next. These are very thin wave washers. Painfully thin. They tear very easily. Ask me how I know. Okay. We're going to come out of here a bit. Let's get back on that. Well, there you have it. The dial is fairly nice. It's got some corrosion and pitting, but nothing that takes away from it. Once this is together, it's going to look pretty nice. Here's our dial. Pretty nice looking. So let's get that mounted up. And I already have the hands polished. Alright, screwdriver. Okay. Something's being a mule today. I kind of figured with the way today's going, nothing is going to work out. I'm doing everything off the camera here, out of the shot. Okay. Try this again, dummy. There we go. Yikes. Okay. Well, whatever I did, it worked. There's our screw for the dial feet. There's the other one, directly across from it on the other side of the movement. You've all seen that before. I know, I'm getting long-winded. Okay. Okay, I wound down the spring so I can set the hands without anything ticking away, changing things. The nice thing about this movement is that second hand, where we don't have to worry about backing up that spring as in the 2-4 series. Okay. Is that going to work for us? I think so. Make sure I'm not binding on anything, not catching anything. Patience. One thing this demands is patience. And if you get crazy and you get, let's get in the shot, that's what we should get, then you just take a break. Stop. I think we got a piece of fuzz on that, don't we? We'll take care of that in a minute. Okay, there's the hour hand. Slowly pressing that on. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that close up here. Something's being a pain. Okay, bear with me. Ah, there's my dog. Okay, there we go. Let's blow that off. Knock anything out of there. Hit it with some Rotocove. Do what you got to do. Some of those marks are pits, corrosion coming through. But the finish on this is really nice. I mean, the photos in this video don't do it justice. It's a really nice looking dial. Okay. We line that up at 12. Take our minute hand. That's got a nice polish on it. If I can orient it properly. Come on. Okay. Looks pretty good. We're going to give it a little tap. Just to barely seat it. And then we're going to test it. We're going to look at it. Look at the curve of that minute hand. How it just curves over that hour hand. That's pretty nice. Matches the curve of the crystal. Okay. 12 o'clock. Coming around. They both line up at 12. What do you think? A little more. I like it. How's it look at 3? Look pretty good. Might be off a little bit. Might be off a minute or two. Maybe I'll set this to 3. Set it on 3. Yeah, it's off about 4. That's off 3 minutes. So let's adjust that. I don't think I put this on that tight. I didn't. So we're going to set this to 3 o'clock because I think it's a more accurate setting. If I can pick up the minute hand. Not turn this into a half-hour video. Okay, 3 o'clock. Get in the shot, dummy. I like it. There we go. That's in the shot. How does 6 o'clock work? I think that's pretty nice. I think that's pretty nice. Okay, we're going to send that home. I'm going to put a little more pressure on it to make sure it is seated. And then we're going to line up back to 12 o'clock and have a look at the alignment and the spacing. That's pretty nice. It's close. You may want to nudge that hour hand down a bit. Ah, that's pretty nice. Could even nudge that minute hand a bit. Yeah, these little it's these little adjustments that I like. This little bit of fine tuning. Ah, now they're parallel. It's got the nice curve to it. That's the kind of work I like to do. Fine tune it. Is it going to be noticeable without a loop? Probably not. Oh, you know what I forgot? People. I forgot to do something. Alright. This is what you get when you do your movement for the first time. I forgot there's a little keeper that holds one of those winding gears in. I forgot to put it on. I just noticed it in my parts bin right here. So, hopefully this won't take long. Maybe somebody else can learn from my mistake. Like I said, first time doing this. You just gotta laugh. Alright, off with the movement, or the dial. And you'll see exactly what I mean. You'll see exactly what I mean. Did I lose a screw? I don't think so. Okay, here's what I'm referring to. Okay, we're back in the shot. We are missing a keeper. It goes right here. There's There's a keeper that holds that in. That spring-loaded hour wheel. Minute wheel. There you go. Minute wheel. Alright, is it in the shot? Not quite. Now it is. That's going to get screwed down. Ay, ay, ay. I'll probably do that again some other time. Like I said, sometimes you got to take things apart. At least we found it early, not after this whole thing is done ticking on my wrist. That's a tiny screw. And I think the reason they have this on here, with that being spring-loaded, it's got to be captured in there. Now, how many people were watching us putting it together, as I put this together, going, hey, you forgot something there. Yes, I did. But I caught it. Okay. And I also think I dropped one of those brass wave washers. Or did I? Trixie, get out of the way. Alright, bear with me, people. It's on there. Okay. Well, you get the idea on what I'm doing here. I don't want to get too long-winded on setting hands and all that and putting this back in the case. This went on long enough. But plenty of lessons learned here. So look forward to the next one. I'll do a 2214 with the date complication. At least I learned a few things here. So see you then.